Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about episode 37. We're going to be talking about Cronos, which is the new EVM in the crypto world. It's the EVM from Crypto.com. Crypto.com launched their mainnet exchange about 6 months back in March. I'd covered it in detail in one of the episodes. Today we're going to be talking about Cronos, and also we're going to be doing a full demo of how to do DeFi mining and earning using Cronos. And I've been doing a lot of DeFi videos, so today we're going to be doing a DeFi demo on Cronos. So first of all, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an investment expert, the usual disclaimer. I'm making my videos to share my personal experiences and my learnings. And also, most importantly, I keep posting this warning on almost on every video because people do get scammed on a daily basis. Do not send your money or your crypto to somebody who call themselves as professional brokers or are offering an investment plan or whatever it is. So there are no investment advisor, professional brokers in the crypto world. Everybody is a scam or a fraud basically. So it's your money and you invest it. And a lot of people ask me about WhatsApp groups or Telegram groups. I'm not in any closed groups. I don't run any of these closed groups. I'm very active on Twitter. My handle is chennai London. Not just me. If you want to get frequent updates or quick updates on crypto, Twitter is a great medium to actually follow a lot of people. And if you come to Twitter, you can actually look at people I am following as a head start for you. And it's very quick to open a Twitter account and follow somebody. One crypto project that I've talked about the most in my channel in many of the episodes, starting from episode 7, is about Crypto.com. One of the reasons is I've explained it in detail in episode 7, 7.18. It's an exchange with a lot of fluidity, lot of liquidity, and it's one of the safest exchanges out there in the world, and it's one of the most easiest mobile apps also to use in many countries. So I'd even done a demo in 7.2 how you can use it from India, and at that point of time the price was very less. And in episode 17 I talked about the supercharger benefits. I talked about syndication benefits in episode 8. When the mainnet got launched in episode 22 and 23, I had done a demo of the mainnet launch and also how to create a DeFi wallet in episode 23. So again, in one of my recent episodes, I also said that CRO is one of the top coins for buying as a new beginner if you're going to invest in cryptos. So today, the Cronos EVM launched a few days back, and it's been the talk of the town in terms of EVMs. So we are going to be doing a demo of the Cronos, but before that, the CRO price itself, the CRO token. So it's one of the long-awaited tokens from my list, at least, that I've been waiting for it patiently for such a long time, and it's gone to an all-time high, nearly about 1,000% from its lowest price point. So we look at a price point, and we'll see how we can use the DeFi exchange Cronos. And there is a new D app called VVS Finance, how we can use it to do a daily earning on Cronos. So one point before we get into CRO and get into Cronos is that in episode 36 in my Tamil video, I mentioned about 2 crypto tokens. Most of the crypto tokens I've been talking about, like 20 tokens. If you follow me for a year, you will know that most of my tokens have done phenomenally well. Some of them have done 500%. Some of them have done 1,000, 2,000% as well in the past year. But 2 tokens hadn't done so well, and I had talked about it in episode 36, saying that I have to acknowledge while so many of my tokens have done well, some tokens haven't done well, and especially those 2 tokens. One was Vex and another was Copycat. Now, Copycat was a token that was down like nearly 90%, or in fact more than 90% during that point of time. When I made episode 36, I specifically said that I'm still confident. I'm still 100% certain that this is going to be having a good run because the project was a good project. But it had been down phenomenally from that point that we talked about. In fact, I talked about it in detail in Twitter on September 10th. At that point, the price was roughly around 22 cents, and I had bought it at that point of time. I also explained why I had bought it. It's basically like a eToro for Crypto.com on the DeFi network or on the DeFi exchanges. So when I posted this video, it was, like I said, it was about 22 cents on 10th of September, and it had fallen down when I made episode 36 around the 7th or 8th of November. Fallen down to nearly 1 cent. It was about 93% down. So huge slip from the point that it had started. And again, because it was a lot of work was going on in the background, but it was going on very slow, so people had come on to it in the hope that they had a functioning product, but they were still working on it, and gradually they were getting to that point. And on 15th of November, it had reached nearly 50 cents. It was 47 cents. It even crossed 50 cents at one point of time. So from about roughly 1 rupee, it went about to 35 rupees in Indian rupees, for example, and it was nearly a 3000% jump in just a span of 1 week after I had made that video. So that's just to show the example of patience. It's a perfect example of patience and confidence, that if you invest in a project, understanding the project, what they stand for, what they're doing, without just buying blindly, if you understand what the project is all about, do the research and get into it, you can stay confident even when it's 90% down, and you can get the return of investment quite quickly. And why did it go up? Again, a lot of people had asked me, and I had even posted the story in Twitter saying why it is going up. Because in Binance Labs, they have an incubation program. In the Binance Lab incubation program, they pay attention to the token, and they encourage the ecosystem with a lot of development help, a lot of PR, a lot of promotion material, and it's basically a kind of a Binance investment in the program itself. And there were only about 7 or 8 programs that got selected, and Copycat was one of them. And in Tamil, there is a proverb which says that only those who are patient will actually rule the world. And that's practically true for crypto as well. That I'm taking time to talk about it because a lot of people want to just invest and realize profits in 10 days and move on. People don't want to actually do real work, or to have the patience to understand that if they're investing in a project, there's real work that happens in those projects, and that's the reason it actually pays the rewards, and that's the reason these are the safer investments that we are trying to choose. Again, let's get back into the main story of the day, CRO. So if you've been following my videos, you probably know already everything about CRO and why I've been consistently mentioning right from my episode 2 that CRO is one of my top investments. And in fact, for this video, before you watch the how you can use crypto.com, Cronos, and do a daily earning in terms of the DeFi, you need to have certain basic understanding of DeFi, and also you need to watch episode 22 and 23. In episode 23, a 5-minute video, I had shown a demo of how you can create a crypto.com DeFi wallet. So you need to have a mobile DeFi wallet, crypto.com DeFi wallet for the demo today. I'm not going to show the crypto.com DeFi wallet demo because I've shown it in that episode 23 in 5 minutes. So, and also if you watch episode 24 and 25, you'll know actually what DeFi liquidity mining is, how you can earn on a daily basis, passive income on a daily basis using crypto just by hodling or just by holding your crypto. So I've done demo of it in episode 24 and 25. I used Binance Smart Chain for those demos. Today we're going to be borrowing the same concepts, and we're going to be doing a demo on the Cronos network. All the links are in the description for these videos. So CRO, when I talked about it last year, in fact, one of the lowest price points was in December 2020, when the price was like nearly 5 cents, about $0.05, and price was like Indian rupees, about 4 rupees. Today, again, the point that I made it 15th of November, it was about $0.47. But it had now crossed 50 cents, in fact, and it is now nearly touching about 40 rupees. So it is well exceeded 1000%, I should say, from that point in time. And even in episode 34, when I made it like a couple of months back as an episode for new investors, the price was like 15 cents. It had still not gotten to that point. But even from that point onwards, when I said that this is a solid coin for new investors, it's still about 300% up. So that's again, why we pick a coin which we have extreme confidence on. It's because of the ecosystem. So we need to pick a coin with a strong ecosystem, a strong leadership, a strong team behind it, and those are the safe investments. Even when sometimes like meme coins or other coins could do like 500%, 600%, you could get wiped out in those kind of investments. That's why I keep mentioning that picking the right coins is very, very critical in terms of the crypto world, that you don't end up making unsafe investments. You need to make safer investments. So I always say this term, safety before profits. So crypto.com launched their own blockchain in March 2021. If you saw my episode 22 or 23, you would know that the blockchain came long time back. So what is Cronos? What's the difference? Is that the Ethereum virtual machine, the EVM on a blockchain, if you've seen my videos, the virtual machine capability on a blockchain makes it or enables the smart contracts and decentralized applications to run on the blockchain. Not all blockchains, for example, there isn't a full-fledged smart contract capability on Bitcoin blockchain, for example. So the capability to run an EVM or Ethereum virtual machine is phenomenal, because then you can deploy any smart contract. Anybody can write a decentralized application on top of that blockchain network. And that EVM for the CRO network was still in testnet stages for such a long time. And the name was Cronos, and it got launched on 11th of November after a long period of testing. So the token standard that they're calling it is CRC20. So if you've seen episode 24 and 25, the Ethereum network blockchain token standard is ERC20. Binance Smart Chain token standard is BEP20. So similarly, Crypto.com are calling the Cronos blockchain token standard as CRC20, which means all major cryptos are potentially expected to release their tokens like they've done with BEP20, like USDT, USDC. Most of it have launched their tokens on BEP20 as well, Binance Smart Chain. Similarly, tokens are coming forward, or tokens are getting launched on the Cronos network also. So you can easily transfer between one exchange to another exchange using the Cronos exchange or using the CRC20 protocol, which means the fees will be far cheaper than ERC20. So Crypto.org, that was the original blockchain that got launched in March 2021 that did not have a EVM. Cronos, on the other hand, is the new EVM enabled blockchain. So Crypto itself, Crypto.com, now has two blockchains. One is the Crypto.org main blockchain that got launched that time, and the new blockchain is the Crypto.com Cronos blockchain, which is EVM enabled. Now this is similar to Binance. Binance, if you withdraw, you will actually see BEP2 and BEP20. So BEP2 is the non-EVM enabled network, and BEP20 is the EVM enabled Binance Smart Chain. So again, in episode 23, I explained that when you try to withdraw from your Crypto.com app or your exchange prior to that mainnet launch in March 2021, CRO was hosted on ERC20, piggybacking on the Ethereum blockchain, like many other coins before this. But after the mainnet launch, if you had actually tried to withdraw it and you've seen the demo, you would have noticed that you will have two options, ERC20 and CRO. Now after the Cronos launch, after the third blockchain launch, now you have three options. You have ERC20, you have CRO, and you have Cronos. So going forward from this point onwards, we are always going to be using, for the DeFi purposes, it is always better to use the Cronos network. So we won't be using the ERC20 or CRO, like how in Binance, if you're withdrawing it, you will not use the BEP2, you will tend to use the BEP20 unless you are living in US, where I think the BEP20 is still not supported on the Binance network. So the launch of the Chronos EVM was actually most expected, and at the moment, not many exchanges have started supporting native Cronos blockchain. So the best option to transfer from an Indian exchange is that you can transfer a low fee coin like XRP to the Crypto.com exchange version and sell it to CRO, and then transfer the CRO from Crypto.com exchange to the CRO DeFi wallet. I'll make it simple with a simple diagram. And again, if XRP or XLM, if everything is disabled from exchanges like WazirX, for example, the best option would be probably to link it to Binance and transfer it to Binance, and then from Binance you can bring it into the Crypto.com exchange. So alternatively, if you already have the DeFi wallet based on my episode 23, and you're already having your CRO within the Crypto.com DeFi wallet, then I'll show you how you can transfer it to the Cronos blockchain using the Cronos bridge. I'm going to show a demo of that as well. And again, like Binance Smart Chain, we can only use the Cronos coins or the CRC20 tokens for the DeFi. If you have your CRO on the old blockchain, the Crypto.com or blockchain, then you can't use it for DeFi purposes. That's what we are trying to bridge it through. So they are already giving a bridge token, a Cronos bridge, where you can convert your CRO from the previous Crypto.org network to the CRC20 network. So I'll make it very simple with this diagram. So if you already have CRO in your DeFi wallet, you can directly go to the DeFi wallet. There will be a bridge button, Cronos bridge button. Click on it, and you can convert it into the Cronos network, and you will have it in the DeFi wallet. Then you can use it in any of the DeFi apps. If you have CRO on your mobile app, Crypto.com mobile app, then you can transfer CRO to the Cronos network, using the Cronos network. So you select withdraw and you will see the three options. You select Cronos network and you can transfer it to the DeFi wallet. If you have CRO on the crypto.com exchange, then again you can do the same thing. You can transfer CRO using the Cronos network to your DeFi wallet. So you can transfer it either to the mobile DeFi wallet, or you can transfer it to MetaMask or any supported DeFi wallet as well. Right now for this demo, I'm going to be using the crypto.com mobile DeFi wallet. If you don't have CRO, how do you get CRO, right? So if you are outside of India, if you are in UK, Europe, or in US, for example, or Singapore, or those kind of countries, you can directly register for mobile app. I give you the link in my description. So you can directly register for the mobile app or the exchange, and you can buy CRO using the mobile app, and you can transfer it to the crypto.com DeFi wallet using the Cronos network. If you are inside India, you cannot use your credit card or debit card on the crypto.com mobile app, so you can't buy it. So you need an entry point, and I've explained many times in my videos. So you buy it in an Indian exchange like WazirX, for example, use it like an entry point, and then you can transfer it. You can transfer a low fee token like XRP, for example. I think at the moment WazirX have disabled even XRP and XLM. So probably the best thing to do is transfer it from WazirX to Binance, and from Binance you can transfer any token. You can transfer like USDT, for example, to crypto.com, and using the BEP20 token, because Binance and crypto.com both support the BEP20, which is again low fees. So WazirX to Binance is no fees, and Binance to crypto.com exchange using BEP20 is very, very low fees. So then you can take it to the crypto.com exchange and you can transfer it to the CRO network. So those are the options where you can easily take it to your crypto.com DeFi wallet, and then you can start using your mobile DeFi wallet for liquidity mining rewards. So again, if you have not registered for crypto.com mobile app or exchange, you can find the referral link in my description, or you can directly go to crypto.com and you can register it. So it's a very simple process in terms of registration. So where would your CRO be? There are multiple staking options today for CRO, and each staking option has got different unlocking options. So we'll talk about that as well. So Supercharger is one of the common staking where you can actually go and either in the mobile app or in the exchange, you can unstake it immediately without penalty. There's no penalty. You lose the benefits of Supercharger from that point onwards, but for unstaking, there is no benefit. What I have personally done is I have unstaked all of my crypto, all of my CRO from the Supercharger event. So I kept nearly about 1/3 of my CRO on the Supercharger, and I kind of withdrew everything from the Supercharger event. That's what I have been using for the DeFi basically. So mobile app staking, if you have staked your CRO on the mobile app for the purposes of Visa card, you can still unstake it, but if you use your Visa card for cashback, then you can't get the cashback going forward. You can still use the Visa card, but you won't get a cashback. So what I've done is I've kept my CRO staked in the mobile app, because I use the Visa card almost on a daily basis, and I get a 3% cashback on all my purchases. So I prefer to keep the 3% cashback going. So I've kept the CRO staked in the mobile app. But if you don't have a card, like for example, if you live in India, you don't have a Visa card, you can actually from crypto.com, so you can actually unstake it as well. Exchange stake and earn, there is a stake and earn option in exchange where you get a 10% interest, daily interest, and you become eligible for certain things like syndication, for example. In this, you can unlock within a 180-day cycle without any penalty. Again, I've kept mine purely because there's a 10% daily interest that's going on, and also because of syndication eligibility. Not just because of syndication eligibility, I also get a discount in terms of the fees that I pay if I stake in crypto.com exchange. So it's one of the lowest fees for me in terms of a centralized exchange to convert coins or to buy coins. So I use crypto.com exchange most of the time to buy crypto or to do the trading that I had shown in episode 15. So to do that, to get a discounted fees, I still kept my CRO staked in exchange. DeFi wallet CRO staking, this is the tricky one. So when in March 2021, when episode 23 I had done the demo, I said how you can get like 20-25% interest. It's come down to about 12.5% average interest now. If you unstake from the CRO staking of the DeFi wallet, because of the Cosmos network, there is a 28-day unbonding period, and this is In most blockchains, you have a 28-day unbonding period because you have actually staked it on the node. This is proof of stake earning that we were having, and because it's being staked on a validator node, it will take 28 days for the unbonding period. This is to protect a blockchain, and I've already started my unbonding period. So just sharing what I have done personally, also explaining the different nuances of unstaking. So Crypto.com DeFi apps, there are a lot of, it's like a little baby right now. The Chronos EVM blockchain is like about 5 days since I made the video, but it's about 10 days old. But currently, when I made the video, there was only one DeFi smart contract enabled DEX, which is the Genesis DeFi app called the VVS Finance. Very, very simple finance. That's what it stands for, VVS Finance. Now there are like 2 or 3 more additional DeFi apps. But still, I think VVS Finance is still one of the top DeFi apps in Cronos. You can access it directly, like I'm going to show in the demo today, and like how I had shown it in episode 25, where you can use MetaMask, you can use it. But in episode 26, for example, I showed in Trust Wallet how you can use the Binance Smart Chain. Similarly, I'm going to show the mobile DeFi wallet and how you can use it using the mobile DeFi wallet. That's what I'm going to show today. But if you want to use the MetaMask, you can watch my episode 25, and similar to that, you can set up your MetaMask for the Cronos network, and you can use it using MetaMask on the laptop as well, if you prefer the laptop or the desktop. So let's get on to the video. So first thing is, we're going to be using the Crypto.com DeFi wallet. This is what happens when you open the DeFi wallet for the first time. And if you already have CRO, how do you convert the CRO from the Crypto.org network to the Cronos network? So you will see the Cronos bridge as the option when you select your CRO. And you can click on the Cronos bridge, and it will tell you that it is converting from Crypto.org mainnet, which is what was launched in March, to the Cronos beta. So Cronos is still in the beta version. So when you click on transfer, I'm trying to transfer everything to show you some common mistakes. Network fees is negligible and bridge fees is actually waived off. So it's literally free to transfer from the Crypto.org to the Cronos network. So once I submit it, it takes like less than a minute. Again, there are some congestions at some point of time where it becomes a longer wait period. But within a minute for me, it got converted. So now I don't have anything on the old CRO network. Everything is on the Cronos network. And this is one of the common mistakes that people will make, because if you don't have CRO on the old network, and if you have staked it in the mobile DeFi wallet, and if you try to claim or if you try to unstake your rewards from the node staking, it will tell you that you don't have any CRO for paying the fees. So it's always better to leave like at least 10 CRO on your old network, on the Crypto.org network, because otherwise you'll get a message like insufficient network fees. So if you have staked it on the Crypto.com mobile DeFi wallet in March or April, based on my video, or you've done it, then you need a small amount of CRO. So leave a small amount of CRO so that you can unstake it, or you can do those transactions from the old Crypto.org mainnet. Now I'm going to first claim the rewards, and then I'm going to start the unbonding period. So it's better to claim the rewards first and then start the unbonding. So at least whatever rewards have been accumulated, you can claim it. So again, for unstaking, click on those 3 dots against the validator node that you have done. So it's not mandatory that you need to do it. You can, if you're happy with the 12%, you can continue with it. In fact, it could even increase with a lot of people like me unstaking. But if you click on confirm unstake, it will tell you that there is a 28-day unbonding period as enforced by the Cosmos network, on which the Cronos network is running. In fact, Cronos is the first EVM on the Cosmos network. So again, you can initiate it, and it will take every day. It will show you like a countdown when it's going to get released for your purposes. So you don't need to unstake it. If you're happy with it, you can keep it there. So now I have CRO on the Cronos network. So at any point of time, you can click on the CRO balance, and it will show you which network you have the CRO against. So now I'm going to transfer the remaining CRO that I got using the one that I claimed from the staking. I'm converting that also into the Cronos network. So now I'm going to transfer from my mobile app into the Cronos CRO DeFi wallet. So go to receive CRO, and when you click on the options, you can see, like I said, there will be 3 options. So ERC20, the old option, CRO, the old the network, and Cronos. select Cronos and copy the address, and then you can use it to send from your exchange or your mobile app. In this demo, I'm going to send it from the exchange. So click on the crypto.com/exchange and you can log in or register. Again, I've given if you've not registered, I've given the link in my description. So once you register, click on balances and withdraw. And like I said, sometimes you won't find anything available. Everything could be in order. So if it's in order, it could be either in Supercharger or in Stake Earn. So for withdrawing from the Supercharger, you can click on events and rewards and you can see the Supercharger there. So again, I'm going to click on withdraw, and I'm going to withdraw all my tokens from the Supercharger event, just to show you that there is no penalty or there is no waiting period for withdrawing from the Supercharger event. So click on review withdrawal and confirm withdrawal. So now I've got my CRO, which was logged in the Supercharger event. I've unlocked it to the main balance. So I'm free to withdraw it to the DeFi wallet now. So I'm going to click on withdraw against it, and here it's going to ask saying external wallet address. Click on the add withdrawal address. Again, similar to crypto.com DeFi wallet, in the add withdrawal address, when we select CRO, there will be 3 options in the network: ERC20, CRO, which is the old mainnet, and Cronos, which is the new EVM blockchain. So I'm going to select Cronos and I'm going to paste the address from the mobile wallet and give it a name, whatever it is, and click on once you've completed your 2-factor authentication, you can withdraw the whole balance if you want. Again, the transaction fee, as you can see, is literally negligible. So where ERC20, the transaction fees is very, very high, BP20 is low, and CRO is even lower, in fact. So you can check your crypto.com DeFi wallet. In about 2 minutes, it transferred for me. Again, if there is congestion when a lot of people are trying, sometimes it could take longer as well. So now it has come through to me. The Cronos that I transferred has come, and in this demo, I'm actually doing a demo with a different wallet. So now we're going to access the VVS Finance. So if you scroll down on your mobile app, you can see Cronos Beta with a diamond icon. That's the VVS rewards. When it says VVS rewards, that's the VVS Finance DeFi app. So we're going to be showing, first we're going to be swapping into the DeFi. So if you have followed my DeFi series, you'll know all about what a DeFi app is. So here, once you open it, you can see that it's already connected to your mobile DeFi wallet. It's a fluid experience. It's a seamless experience. So I'm going to click on, at the point when I made the demo, the APR percentage was really higher. And that's another advantage of following in Twitter, because you get to see some of these rewards at a very, very early stage where the rewards are a higher percentage. So click on swap, and I'm going to swap from CRO into WBTC. So I'm going to provide CRO BTC, CRO Bitcoin pool. So I'm going to swap, let's say 40. I have 156, so I'm going to swap like 40 CRO into BTC. So I click on swap and confirm swap, and for every transaction it's going to ask for the fees in CRO. And that's another great thing, that the CRO has CRO has become the token that is used for the gas fee. So like how it did to BNB, how the BNB ecosystem developed using BNB as the fees, this could also develop with CRO being the fees, the token for the gas fees. So then I'm going to click on add liquidity, and we're going to do the pair of CRO and BTC. So you have to provide an equal amount of equal dollar value of BTC and CRO. So I'm going to select max for the BTC. So enable. So first time you spend a coin, you need to enable it. So I will summarize at the end of the video. I'll summarize what is the total gas fees for all of these transactions. So you'll kind of get an indication how much how much dollar amount you're going to be spending in terms of the total gas fees that you're going to spend in all of these transactions. So generally what I do is I speed up these transactions. I speed up and show this transaction. In this particular video, I've basically just recorded it as it takes, because I just want to show how fast it is. And it was blazing fast at the time that when I was trying it, apparently because it was only about 2 or 3 days old, and also probably not that many people were using it at that point. So now that I've supplied the tokens, my LP tokens will start appearing here once I get the message. And once I have the LP tokens in my DeFi wallet, then I can use my LP tokens to farm it, which is basically additional incentive awards. So now I got the message, and if I scroll down, I can see the LP tokens, liquidity pool tokens, in my mobile DeFi wallet. So I click on earn farms and I go to the farm that I want to invest in. So first time that you want to invest in a farm, I can click on enable. So enable again has a fee. So like I said, I'm going to list down all the transactions where it is going to ask for a fees and how much average fees it was asking me. And like I said, I'm recording this in real time just to show you how much time it takes. So roughly every transaction was taking about 10 to 15 seconds, maximum 10 to 15 seconds. There were probably like very rarely 1 or 2 transactions which took about 20 seconds. So again, now the enable becomes stake and click on stake tokens, maximum and stake. So the confirmation of the stake tokens again took about 10 seconds roughly. So every transaction enabling it for the first time usage, staking your tokens, harvesting the reward, everything has a fees that is paid in the CRO. So now the funds have been staked into the CRO BTC. So one farm, I've done the liquidity, I've done the swap, I've done the liquidity, I've done the staking into a liquidity pool token farm, and now the rewards are accumulating on a real-time basis. So you can in fact, there is a new dashboard icon now on the VVS Finance where I can easily track everything in one single page. So again, I'm going to be doing a CRO VVS stamp, just the same process. We're going to be doing it with CRO VVS pair now. So swap from CRO to VVS, confirm swap, and once you've confirmed, the CRO gets converted into VVS. So part of CRO, I'm going to keep some CRO so that I don't convert everything into VVS, so that I'm able to provide liquidity. So I'm converting about 30 CRO into VVS tokens. So the VVS tokens are very, very volatile right now because it's a new token, relatively new token. It's highly volatile. So I'll explain my strategy at the end of the video as to what I'm doing. So I click on swap and the conversion is done. Now I have enough CRO and enough VVS. So I'm again going to go to liquidity, add liquidity, and providing liquidity for CRO and VVS. So similar to how we did it for BTC, I'm just showing one more pair because it becomes more clearer. Sometimes people say that it was going too fast and I needed to go back and look at it again. So I basically did it in two different examples: CRO BTC and again CRO VVS. So enable VVS for the first time spent. Once you've enabled both the tokens, the supply option will become enabled. And once you click on supply, again every transaction, like I said, was taking about roughly 10 seconds after you have paid the gas fees for that transaction. So once the liquidity is supplied, similar to how we saw in the CRO BTC, you will be able to scroll down and you will be able to see the liquidity pool tokens, LP tokens. So once you have the LP tokens, go to the farm and you have to enable the farm in CRO VVS. So at that point of time, the CRO VVS was pretty high. Even now, the CRO VVS is a little bit higher as compared to the CRO BTC. So initially, even the CRO BTC was around 1000%. So enable the farm for the first time usage, and that's only a one time. So later on, if you want to add more liquidity to the same farm that you've enabled, you don't need to enable it again and again. So one time enabling of the farm. So enable will change to stake LP. So I'm going to stake the maximum tokens that I have, and I confirm. So the staking of the LP tokens is, apart from the fees that you get as a liquidity provider, it is an additional incentive to cover the impermanent loss, which is what I've explained in my episode 24 in detail. Why they are providing you this additional benefit, because you will incur an impermanent loss, and this is to cover that impermanent loss so that you are protected against your impermanent loss to a certain extent. Again, there is a lot of volatility with impermanent loss, so you need to read up on that to be able to know that whether it's suitable for you or not. So now that we have done it, I'm going to wait, and every minute the rewards, or every second, with every block, the rewards will keep increasing. So I'm showing you another DeFi wallet. I've got like 2-3 DeFi wallets to make this video, and I've made like $205 in about 2 or 3 days. So I'm going to click on harvest. And if I have it in 4 different forms, I've actually invested in all 4 forms to do a test. I don't need to go and click on every single form to do the test. I can actually click on harvest once, and all the 4 forms will come up with the gas fees message, and I can click on OK, and all 4 forms will get harvested in one go. I don't need to do it one by one. I don't need to go to each form and do it. But again, if you prefer to do it in each form, for example, in one form you might have more money, and in another form you might have only like 10 or 15 dollars of rewards, and you don't want to collect it now, you can let it accumulate. Again, you can do it individually as well. I was just showing the option where you can do it all together in one go. So there were multiple forms, and I harvested all of the forms in just one go itself. Now, once all of the VVS tokens, so the earnings are paid in VVS tokens. So once all of the VVS tokens are harvested, you are free to use the VVS tokens in whatever way. What I've done, my strategy, I'll explain again in the end of the video, is that I'm converting all of the VVS tokens into CRO or into CRO BTC because I'm more confident on CRO or those tokens than keeping it in VVS, because VVS might fall at any point of time. So again, there is a VVS auto compounding and a manual VVS token mine, which is like a single token staking, like in PancakeSwap, using a cake token, single token swapping. Again, okay, so some of the key points from the demo that we did. If you're staking in the DeFi wallet, then you want to claim rewards and you want to withdraw stake, you need a bit of CRO. So don't convert all of your CRO from your crypto.org to your Cronos. Keep a little bit of CRO so that in the crypto.org, if you want to claim or if you want to withdraw, then you need a little bit of CRO. So don't bridge everything. That's one learning. And VVS Finance is a Genesis app. It was the first app that was created. So initially, the CRO APR will be really high. And as we had seen in PancakeSwap Finance when we did the demos in April timeframe, the APR will keep dropping. APR will keep reducing. So initially, APRs will be really high. When more and more people start using it and more people start providing liquidity, the APR will always keep dropping. So that's something common in all the decentralized finance. And a lot of CRO from a lot of people is locked into the 28-day unbonding period. So there's probably more opportunity to earn now using the unlocked CRO if you already have CRO unlocked. So when all of those CRO get unlocked, when people start unlocking it, there could be a price drop because there's more CRO that is entering into the market and there's more liquidity available. There could be a price drop. So VVS token initially had a huge increase because of it being the only decentralized application in CRO. Again, with more decentralized applications coming, it could also see a small drop or a big drop. It will be very volatile as a DeFi token. In fact, it is a inflationary token. I mean, it has a 50 trillion supply. So it's going to always keep increasing the huge supply for VVS tokens. So it's always better to be careful of. So the ultra high token supply of 50 trillion tokens, again, next year is going to continue to 25 trillion tokens. So they've gone with a slightly different approach in terms of an exchange token. So it's something to be careful of in terms of whether you want to hold on to VVS or you convert it to VVS. Personally, my strategy is that I'm converting it into CRO almost on a 2-3 hour window, or maybe sometimes I wait for a day and I convert everything into CRO depending upon the VVS price point. Again, like in Matic, there are many form tokens initially which lost significant value. In fact, like tokens like Polyeld completely rug pulled a lot of investors. So be very careful in choosing the right platform. VVS token, VVS Finance is a partner of Crypto.com. Crypto.com introduced them as a partner. They said, we know the VVS Finance team, and they've also been funded by the Particle B acceleration program. So there's a lot of security analysis that Crypto.com have done on VVS Finance. A lot of new DApps, anybody can write a DApp on Cronos, so like Polygon basically. But there might be a lot of rug pull exchanges that will come, a decentralized exchange will come up. So be really, really careful before you choose any other decentralized exchange on the Cronos, just like how we are paying for the security on Binance Smart Chain as well as Polygon. Pay attention to the security on the Cronos blockchain as well. So again, all the rewards are coming out in the VVS Finance as VVS token. So if you get like $100 of VVS token reward, and VVS token, let's say, falls in price, right, it becomes 50%, then all the effort that you spend to get the $100 will be worth only $50. So impermanent loss is extremely tricky to calculate in this kind of a fluctuation. So again, watch for the price of VVS and watch for the price of CRO. And my strategy is that I'm converting it into CRO. So if you had $1,000 of CRO, then you convert half of it into CRO and half of it into another token like VVS token, for example. then you will provide liquidity and you can get a lot of benefits in the first week because it is 1000%, 1500%. But the impermanent loss is a bit tricky because if CRO jumps by 100% and you did nothing and you held on to your CRO, you could have had $2,000. But because you have only $500 worth of tokens, that will become like $1,000. The rest of the VVS need not go up as much as it need to. So you might not end up with $2,000. You might end up with less than $2,000, despite the fact that you earned like $200 using the APR return of the benefits of the DeFi mining. So the impermanent loss could be higher depending upon how high CRO goes to in the short term. Particle B is accelerator program. Particle B is basically like a finance funding program that was initiated by crypto, nearly $1 billion, to accelerate a lot of DApps to come to the Cronos ecosystem. In fact, they are providing portability of the exchange. If you already written a DApp like PancakeSwap Finance, for example, they're helping them come on to the Cronos network. Not that PancakeSwap Finance would want to come, but if you already have a big exchange, they are asking those exchanges to come to the Cronos network. So there will be a lot of competition to the VVS Finance, and once there is a competition, there will be a tug of war to find the best decentralized application. Like in BNB, PancakeSwap Finance currently is like ruling the rooster, I would say. So again, what I have done is I've taken a balanced risk and I've moved 1/3 of my CRO. I'm still holding the rest of the CRO in my exchange, vesting, and in my app. So I've moved 1/3 of my CRO into the DeFi wallet, and I've put most of my holdings into VVS right now. And I'm providing liquidity mostly in CRO BTC and CRO Ethereum pair, because I like both the pairs. Even the worst case scenario is that if I end up with either BTC more or CRO more, I'm fine with that, because they are more kind of safer pairs from my perspective. So I can continue providing the liquidity and continue earning the rewards regardless of what happens in terms of the impermanent loss or what happens to one of the tokens. I'm also providing liquidity in CRO, VVS and VVS USDC, but just purely for the rewards. The risk ratio, the risk is higher. So I'm using a risk ratio to lower my risk percentage. So I have like 70-75% of my CRO in those two farms and less than 25% in these two farms, in fact. And like I said, every 2-3 hours, I'm getting my VVS, converting it into CRO and putting it back into the CRO BTC pair and the CRO Ethereum pair. So I'm not holding the VVS separately in those single pool VVS tokens. So what did it cost us in terms of the CRO gas fees, right? So again, I posted it in Twitter with a comparison as well. So enabling the token costed us like 0.25 CRO. Swapping the tokens costed it about 0.25 CRO. Supplying liquidity costed it like 1.3 CRO. Enabling the liquidity pool token was around 1 CRO. Staking liquidity pool token was 1 CRO. Harvesting was about 1 CRO. So roughly about the entire cycle cost roughly around $2, I would say. So something to watch out for, that you are using nearly $2, even though you're using CRO as a base currency, spending about $2. So make sure that you're having enough investment to cover this kind of gas fees, basically. So if you're only going to invest $20, for example, it's probably not worth spending $2 on gas fees for $20 worth of investment. So you need to calculate that investment versus the gas fees percentage, just to be sure that you're getting correct returns to cover your gas fees and to make profit over and above your gas fees. Again, right now I've calculated using a $0.5 as the base value for CRO. So when CRO increases, again, hopefully the amount of CRO should come down. The dollar value should probably remain similar, I would expect. And there is a 0.2% liquidity fees, or 0.17% in some cases, liquidity fees being paid to the liquidity providers. That's the incentive for providing liquidity. So final words is that I've moved into the CRO ecosystem as I made my videos last year. I was very clear and I've been patiently waiting for this opportunity because I trusted in the CRO ecosystem, like I said multiple times. And this is a very rare opportunity where you get into an ecosystem so early and you've been waiting for an EVM launch. An EVM launch is like the pinnacle of the ecosystem of a blockchain. And I've been waiting for the EVM launch. And it's an ambitious blockchain. It's an early stage, but it's an ambitious blockchain with EVM capability. So I'm super excited about CRO in terms of the fact that the gas fees is actually going to be CRO as well, and could lead to burning opportunities, where they had 100 billion to start with, they burned 70 billion already, and the remaining 30 billion supply again could be further burned down because of the gas fees. So what I believe is that because the CRO is being used as gas fees, it could start reducing the supply of CRO. It's not officially confirmed by crypto.com. So CRO is not an inflationary coin like BNB, Ethereum. Everything that is used as a gas fees today on a EVM is not, they are all inflationary coins, which means new BNB is getting minted on a daily basis. Even though they do a BNB burn, new BNB gets minted on a daily basis or with every blockchain. However, from my understanding, from what CRO has explained, crypto.com explained, CRO is not an inflationary coin. There is a fixed token pool, which means that the supply is going to come down and down. That could also mean that it's going to increase the value of CRO. So it's a relatively new EVM, and for EVM ecosystem coins, this concept of not being inflationary is kind of new. So I'm holding on to dear life for my CRO right now, and I'm going to use my CRO for passive income at this point of time. So again, I wanted to do this as quickly as possible with the relatively new EVM being launched. So hopefully this was useful to you. Until next time, thank you, bye.